Hello first graders, before we get started on our second project, I have a special message.
Hi friends, it's Miss The Pass. Just wanted to say that I'm so happy that you're making so much artwork and I can't wait to make more art with you really soon. Hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week.
All right, first graders, so for our project today, we are talking about amusement parks. What are amusement parks? Take a moment and think about if you've ever been to an amusement park. If you've ever been to Disney World or Six Flags or Playland, those are all amusement parks. But what makes an amusement park an amusement park? Let's take a look. This is an example of an amusement park. So what do you see? What do you notice? What is happening on here? I definitely see a Ferris wheel over here. There's lots of beautiful lights, lots of things happening. There's this tall structure right here, and it looks like there's something spinning around it because it's even blurry. There's all these fun wiggly lines because amusement parks are places where people go to have fun. And I like to have fun. I don't know about you, but I definitely love to have fun. Let's take a look at another. Look at this one. We have this massive, does anybody know what this is called? If you said roller coaster, you got it. We have an amazing roller coaster, and I am a big fan of roller coasters, so I would definitely love this. And I love the way that this giant white roller coaster right here has all these lovely curves on it. It goes up and down, and it looks like it twists over here. It looks like it'd be a lot of fun to ride. There's even another one. There's this other one that's red and blue, and so many other fun things. I definitely want to go here. And let's take a look at one last one. Whoa! The people on here look like they're having the time of their lives. And we can see, because this is a close-up, we can see how this roller coaster turns and twists. And I imagine that if we were on there, I'd be screaming a lot from how much fun I was having. So what we're going to do today is that we're going to be inspired by all these awesome shapes that we see in these roller coasters, and we are going to design our very own amusement parks. So now that we've taken a look at a couple pictures of amusement parks, so imagine if you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would you want to be? I definitely would want to be in a place like Six Flags or Disney World. So here are some materials that you're going to need. I'm working on my floor so that I have enough space. You might want to make sure that wherever you're working today, you have enough space to spread all your materials out because we are going to be using a lot of them. So here's a better view of my floor. You are definitely going to need some cardboard. You're going to need some colorful paper if you have some. If not, just some plain white paper and some markers will be great. I'm using these because these are the only ones I have. You're going to want some recycled materials. I have a toilet paper roll and part of a box. You're going to want some scissors, tape, and glue stick. Okay, so the first step that I'm going to do is find a cardboard piece that is big enough for me to create my amusement park. So what I have right now is an Amazon box, part of an Amazon box, and these sizes are a little bit too small for me. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my box, kind of like this, so that you all can see, and I'm going to cut this flap on this side and the other flap so that I have a big enough surface to build my amusement park. So I'm going to go ahead, taking my scissors, pointing them away from me, holding one part of the box, but making sure I don't get my fingers underneath. Go as slow and steady as I can, and if you need some help, ask somebody in your house that is able to help you. You want to go slow and steady because cardboard can be very tricky to cut. There's one side, and now I need to make sure that the side that I cut is not one of these because these are smaller, but the one that's the same size. I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on this side. Now, I'm going to set this off to the side because I don't need this. I'm going to go like this and join these together like nothing ever happened. I'm going to take some tape going to try to match them up as best I can. Put that down. Put that down. I might even want to do a longer one. Kind of like that. All the way down. And now, this is pretty good, but it's still kind of bendy, and I don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and tape the other side as well. And now, I have a big enough surface to build my amusement park. So how are we going to build roller coasters? How are we going to make all those awesome rides that you want to go onto? Here are a couple options. If you want to use paper, and you have some available, if you have colorful paper, great. You just need to take some scissors, cut all the way down as straight as you can. Doesn't need to be perfect, because perfect is boring. I'm going to go all the way down, always having my scissors away from me. And then I can play around with my pieces of paper. When I want to attach something, what's helpful for me is that I create these little tabs at the bottom. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it back. And now there's a little tab right here that's going to help me attach my piece of paper to my surface. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. Now, maybe I want to have a roller coaster that is really, really high and there's a big, big lump. Or maybe I want it to twist and twirl and do all sorts of fun things, kind of like that, right? You can play around with your paper what you want to do. Maybe there's like a twirl, maybe it continues, maybe it's like that. Totally up to you on what you want to do with it. You can also take your paper, and if you go backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards, backwards and forward, folding it kind of like a little fan, you can also get some really interesting designs on here with your paper. Kind of like that. And then you can play around with how you want it. That'd be kind of a wacky ride to go to, huh? Right? And then whenever I want to attach it, so let's say I want this to be one of my rides, maybe right over here on my amusement park. Here's what I'm going to do. Now that I have this little tab, I'm going to take some glue. If I can get the cap off. Just like that. Screw it so that I have enough. Put some glue on there. And it can be kind of tricky to attach it, so I'm going to actually take this tab, I'm going to push it down, and I'm going to press down for about 20 seconds. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then I can let go. That's going to make sure that that stays on there. And then I can figure out if I want it to be over here, if I want it to be over here, whether I want it to be all the way across. That'd be kind of silly. So you can play around and do the same thing. Whenever you want it to attach, you can either put the glue there or on the colorful paper, put your tab down, and hold it for 20 seconds, okay? You can keep adding and overlapping lots of your paper. If you only have white paper, or if your paper is too short, you can take some markers and add some designs onto them. So for example, if I wanted to create like a little zigzag on my colorful paper, is there only color on one side? No, there's color on both. So I'm going to have to do the same thing I do on one side to the other. You want to make sure that people want to go to your amusement park, right? You want to make it fun and interesting so that everybody wants to go there. Kind of like that. And then you can take your same paper, now that it's nice and colorful, and do the same thing. Play around with it. Maybe you want a little roller coaster here. Maybe you want it to go like this, and then there's another little bump. Up to you. Maybe you want to get lots of these and tape them together or glue them together. You're just going to have to add a design, and you can make an even bigger roller coaster. Totally up to you. If you want to make another structure with the recycled materials that you have, I have some cardboard pieces that I wanted to transform into this other structure, sort of where the people go up and down and ride all around. I added some color and created a little tab just the way that we did on our paper. Then I cut up a toilet paper roll because I really like how you can get a circular shape on there, and I didn't really like the white color it had, so I added some color with my markers, just really quickly experimenting, coloring in the inside and the outside to really liven up my amusement park. Once I finished coloring them all, I played around with different ways that I could attach it, maybe on the top, maybe as a sculpture on the side, maybe inside. But here's sort of what I came up with earlier. And I have the little ride I was just talking to you about. I have a roller coaster that's going up and around and all the way over. I have this massive one because I really wanted it to be huge. And it goes in and under, over and under. I played around with some of my paper, and then I created this really cool ride over here. I'm not sure what it would do yet, but I really like the way that it looks. So I really want you to think outside of the box and think about what you would want your amusement park to look like if you could design your own. I look forward to seeing your creations.